Week number 118.
High fives.
Mr. Tony Evil.
This is for you, Tony. Woo!
All right. So behind the scenes here, this is a impromptu special shift happens, but I think special edition. But it's going to be 118. But it's a good one. And so with that, before we get going with the shift, there we go. So with that, bam.
So we had a little one was in this morning. Actually, mom came in, was getting adjusted. Little one had a fever, was real lethargic, just wasn't feeling good at all. And Ashley kind of took her from mom. We took some x-rays on mom, so we just had her just kind of hanging out with us up front. And she really just was not feeling good at all. And she hadn't been getting adjusted in the office yet. So we knew, and Ashley's going to tell even more detail than I am, but we just knew she needed adjusted. We needed to check her, get her scanned, see what's going on, and get her adjusted because her body was just having a tough time with this fever and dealing with what's going on. So,
okay. First of all, for most of the people that watch Shift, they know that you can bring your kids in, you can come in whenever you're sick, you're not feeling good. This is the place to be. You'll get adjusted, get over it faster, boosted immunity, and everything else. Most of you guys, we don't have to tell. If we do have to and you didn't know that, shame on us. Second of all, I got the call this morning from one of our practice members who said that her daughter was really sick and that she didn't know if she could come in today because she didn't want her daughter to, who was contagious, to spread it around the office. And I told her, of course, come in, but also, we'd like to get her checked because she hasn't been checked before and she has been in the office a few times. And it's something that mom's thought about it a few times, but, just not quite sure yet. And but she is under care, and she was getting her x-rays today, so she did come in and she did bring her daughter with. And so while they were sitting there, I talked to her a little bit more about it and maybe getting her checked. Still really wasn't having it, so we took her back to take her x-rays, and I held on to daughter and kind of could tell that she was real sick, wasn't herself. She will walk around this office, the light in her eyes, saying hi to everybody, giving everybody hugs. It's great. They come at the same time every week, so they know everybody that when they're here. She's very comfortable. And she just laid on my chest, sweating profusely, high fever. Could tell she was really sick and hadn't slept all night. So before mom left, as a mom myself, I felt very heartbroken for this child, and I felt that I really couldn't give her daughter back to her without feeling that pain that I know that that chiropractic can help her. And so I just holding her, I told her, we really need to get her checked. And she kind of thought about it for a little bit, and I said, this is really important. If it were me and my children, I don't want to see them suffer, and as a mom, I know you don't want to see her suffer. Let's get her checked. And so she said, if you guys have time, then I guess, why not? And I grabbed Dr. Mike and said, let's go. Let's go. Got her scanned.
Yep.
Go ahead.
Got her adjusted. Just simple little easy things. She didn't, she was uncomfortable. She, I was a new person, hadn't seen her yet. But she was a little uncomfortable with it, uneasy with it. But once we got her adjusted, she calmed down. The girls said when she walked out, color was different, light in her eyes.
She walked up and said hi to everybody and bye, and she was sitting up and she was talkative and
mom
the light
was
back
in her eye.
Mom was happy, and I hope she shares that with everybody. And it's really important. But thank you if you're watching this for letting us check her and get her adjusted today.
Yes.
So
there's a quote we've been arguing over who gets credit for it, but
Dave Jackson.
we say
the
Dave.
alternate version.
So for you, Dave, if you're watching this, but the deepest, darkest places in hell are reserved for those who know but don't tell. And today was a prime example of that. It was breaking our heart to see her and know that we couldn't just grab her and I couldn't just adjust her because we didn't have permission. Mom didn't understand it. We had to go through all that stuff to be able to get her to help her to understand that it was good for her daughter to be able to get adjusted.
And Crystal made a very good point. Sorry, I didn't interrupt you. Crystal made a very good point today, and I was speaking to her not as a CA and not being paid in this office. Whether you come in or you don't, I still make the same amount of money every hour. you know, it was important to me as a mom to another mom to share that with her daughter, to make sure her daughter is getting the care that she needs, and that's really important. So if you watch this and you know this, you know of somebody, you need to share that story.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
I just have one thing to add to all of this, and we've been tossing this saying around the office today too, but you don't know what you don't know. But now that you know, what are you going to do about it?